All right, we're starting with chapter structure. And you guys all watched that video, so you know that APWA has 63 chapters. We're divided into 97 branches. Not every chapter does things the same way, and you'll hear that several times here. Chapters range from 50 people to 1,700 people. They can cover a metro area, a portion of a state, a whole state, or province, or multiple states and provinces. Some of our chapters have branches and some don't. And interestingly, the chapters that have branches don't always correlate to chapter size. For example, Chicago Metro chapter has 5 branches, but the New York Metro chapter has 2. The Rocky Mountain chapter covers 3 states and has no branches. Some chapters have very active technical committees, while others assign liaisons to the APWA committees. There's one chapter who organizes their entire branch system around the technical committee topics. Some of our chapters contract for certain services, and these can be variable. It can be accounting, it can be meeting planning, it can be website upkeep or administrative functions. Most chapters complete all these functions with chapter volunteers, and we understand those are all volunteer hours in addition to your real job. So never let us forget to say thank you. All right, we have 3 key points to this section on chapter structure. The first is flexibility. APWA has created a structure that is flexible. There isn't a prescribed, rigid way you need to organize your chapter. Explore your options, talk to your other chapter leaders, make it make sense for your chapter and make it make sense for your members. Staff's always here to help. Oh, there you go. The rules governing chapters. You probably heard this phrase a time or two. It is the key reference tool. This is the policy that principally governs the creation of chapters and branches, and it outlines critical requirements. The rules governing chapters is available on our chapter leader resources under chapter management, under administration. And note the current policy was updated in 2014 and is currently undergoing revision to align with the board priorities, legal requirements, and current practices. So there will be a little more to come on that. Last key point for this section, remember your bylaws. Chapters and branch bylaws typically set out how the board is made up, the terms and responsibilities of various positions, and so on. Historically, APWA has asked that bylaws be reviewed and updated every 3 years, and we know you love to do it. But there may be a little bit of news here too. The CEO, Scott Grayson, and our attorney have advised that all chapter and branches are created under the umbrella of APWA's Articles of Incorporation, except British Columbia. And as such, separate bylaws may not be required for each chapter and branch. So I know that's exciting, right? We're currently exploring alternate means of formalizing the relationship between APWA and the chapters and branches while continuing to have each chapter define their best governing structure, but without the requirements of bylaws or updating them every 3 years. So stay tuned. Don't give up your bylaws yet, but I did want you to know that that is in the works.